how do you list out the law firms where you have to apply, or how do you list out the companies where you have to go. Now, the first thing which you should think is, what is your interest and what do you think you are best at, in what kind of field in the corporate law. If you feel that you have an interest in project finance, then first make a list of all the law firms which practice in project finance. There may be law firms which does only project finance. There may be law firms which are doing a general corporate advisory and they still have a project finance as a practice area. So make a list of those law firms. Now, please bear in mind that when you make a list of these law firms, include all the law firms and not just tier 1 and tier 2. The biggest and the common mistake which I have seen a law graduate committing is that, for example, a law graduate wants to join a capital market, right? Now, they are not able to find a decent job in a tier 1 or a tier 2 firm in capital markets. What they tend to do is, because of their fascination that they want to work only in a tier 1 firm, they will join a tier 1 firm in a different practice area. That is something which actually hampers their career, is what I have personally seen. Because after having worked for 3 years, 4 years in a particular field, it is very difficult to switch back to your field of interest. So if you are not able to find a job in the choice of your firm in tier 1, tier 2 firms, you can always try to get job in tier 3, tier 4 firms, as far as they are doing capital markets or any other field where you are interested in. But the first thing should be to list the firms, all the firms which are practicing in that corporate area, and apply. And once you apply, then obviously, it depends upon the interview process, depends upon whether they have a vacancy, whether they don't have a vacancy, if you have any kind of how much rapport you have been able to build during your internships. You should apply in those firms where you have interned, because you will definitely, they will know about you. So once you have done the shortlisting of the law firms, then you can start applying there. As far as companies are concerned, because if you are still making a choice to join a company as an initial, in your initial phase of your career, then it is not dependent upon the kind of field, because company will do everything, right? So it is more to do because you are looking at a kind of at the initial stage itself. You don't want to be a corporate lawyer. You just want to be a journalist lawyer in a company. Now there, in spite of your geographical constraints, like if you are from Bombay, you may want to work in Bombay. If you are in Delhi, you may want to work in Delhi. But try to find a company, either an MNC or an Indian company, but try to find a company which has got various subsidiaries, which has got various portfolio of business as a start. If you are not able to find the big corporate giants which has various subsidiaries and various portfolio of business, then you can filter your list, and then you can look down on other companies which are smaller companies in size and which are focusing on one particular industry. Provided they have a vacancy. So that's a criteria on which you can determine as to how you do a shortlisting of the firms or the companies.